Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's Time for Coffee, the podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career single shot K-Cup with my guest, David Placek. David, I want to flash back just very quickly to when you were in college and you went to UCLA. You graduated with a degree in political science. Did you know what you were going to do when you graduated?
No, I did not have the slightest idea. I was toying with going to law school. I was very interested in politics, and that's really what led me to. I'd had an internship in Washington, D.C. in my classic twin-year junior and senior year and loved Washington. Loved my job, loved Washington, loved my roommates. It was just one of these great classic college summers. And so I decided just to go back and pursue a career, a political career. And I enrolled at George Washington, or GW University, in International Affairs.
To get your graduate degree?
Correct.
Okay. So how did you pivot from international affairs into the brand naming business? And in particular, I think you started at Synectics.
Let me explain what that's all about. So in Washington, D.C., I worked up on the Hill as a staff legislative assistant for the Senate Commerce Committee. And from there, I did some freelance speech writing. At UCLA, I was on the UCLA Bruin newspaper, the Daily Bruin, for a little while. So I had a little bit of a writing background. I don't think I was terribly great at it, but I decided to get better by doing some freelance writing and speech writing. I then got a job on a political campaign, literally as press secretary.
Cool.
The governor of Missouri was running for the U.S. Senate, and I decided it would be just a great opportunity. Never been to Missouri. Got in my beat up old VW and drove out there. And during that approximately a 1-year period, campaigns are always tight for finance. And so I became involved in advertising and actually helping to write the advertisements for the campaign. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the photography shoots, picking out the topography for the ad, those kinds of things. And I thought, you know what, this could be an interesting, I guess I wasn't using the word career, just an interesting job, my next step. And so campaign ended and I left the campaign. The governor actually won the primary race, but the more I got to know the governor, working closely with him, the less I liked him. So I left after the primary, went back from California, and decided to start applying to advertising firms. Got a job with an advertising firm, worked there for almost 6 years, and basically had this very simple insight that the world was changing. Globalization was happening. We were going to be more interconnected, and that names had to work more broadly and more effectively than ever before. And I honestly said, I'm going to try this. I think there's a service here that if I can put the right people together, we'll do well. And here I am 30 years later. There you go.
Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee 24/7, no matter where you live. I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.